Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. As you can see, my haircut is different. If you haven't seen the video already and if you want to see it, I'll link it for you up here. The middle part is still going strong. I hope it's gonna go away soon. And now let's jump into this video. I'm gonna give you a low buy update after 3 months now and talk about how it's been going, what I have bought so far, what I've learned and how I want to go forward. Yeah. All things low buy 2021. So let's maybe start with a short recap of the rules that I have talked about more in the video. I'm linking you up here where I announced my low buy, where I set the rules for myself. So basically the main rule is that only the things that belong to me are included. For our household, me and my partner will make the decision together, and the rule is that I can buy one thing per month. Now, of course, since the household is not included, that does not include food and toiletries and things like that, but that does include things for my wardrobe, things that I just want to have. And actually I thought about that I also put things for my business in there. Of course, with personal and business things, that limits the amount even more, but I think it will be fine. And another thing that I've talked about where I didn't set a strict rule, but where I said that I wanted to look closely is things that come into my life for free or things that just come into my life on in other ways. I'm just gonna show you in this video a few things that I've gotten so far for free, and I don't include them in these 12 things necessarily, but I'm still gonna count them and I'm still gonna monitor them, just because I really want to slow down the cycle of stuff entering and leaving my life, because that's the whole point of this low buy, to save some money and to slow down on consumption. So let's start with the things that I have bought so far. Now, what I can show you is this hard drive. I bought this on the 1st of January because I really needed a new hard drive for my business, for this YouTube channel and for Instagram and things like that, because I have so much footage I need to save and work on or just store that I did not have enough space on my other hard drives. So I bought these hard drives, and I'm also going to share the price with you so that you know how much money I've spent this year for things like that. So I'm going to bring it up on my app. So this hard drive has cost me 159 euros. It's a 5 terabyte lazy hard drive. This is a bit of a more expensive brand, but I knew their hard drives before. I'm super happy with them. They are high quality, and so I'm willing to spend that money to have my files safe. And then the next thing that I've bought this year is actually a domain for a website for my brand, and that just cost a few euros. Again, I'm gonna see how much that actually was. So my domain for I think it's for a year, it cost 7 euros and 42 cents. And that's the next purchase I made, the next new purchase. I've had a website before and I canceled that, but I think it's gonna run for almost a year again. I don't have any other costs for my websites just now because I'm using a free option that's available inside the Creative Cloud if you have that. And so that is the only cost for my website so far. It's not really public right now, but I'll let you know when it is. And yeah, again, that was not very expensive, but that was another thing I bought. I'm not sure if I want to count that into my things because it's not really a thing, but maybe I will. And actually, that are the only things that I've bought for me, and these are both business things this year. But I don't know if you've seen my video about my spring capsule wardrobe. I can link it up here for you as well, but I have got 2 things for my wardrobe from Organic Basics. And I've got these as PR samples, so I did not have to pay any money for it, but they were I have to pay taxes for them. But yeah, they were for free, but I still have them. So I wanted to mention them and show them to you. So this is just a new winter hat because the old one was really stretched out. And this is a beautiful recycled woolen sweater, which I love both. I'm wearing them every other day at least. This one even more, as long as it's cold at least. And I'm gonna link you the code down below where you can get 10% off. And this video is not sponsored. It was just these are old PR samples that I got for another video. But if you're interested, check it out. I highly recommend this brand, and if you need something, why not take a look? But these are the other things I got so far this year, which makes it 4 things, like these 3 physical things and my domain. And I mean, with 1 thing per month. Again, I bought 2 things and I have 2 other things, and so I'm inside my rules, very much so, because 3 months have now passed. But I already know a few things that I'm going to buy, let's say the next quarter, I think. Because for example, the SD card I'm currently using to film this video is my boyfriend's. I had SD cards before for my old camera, but they are not powerful enough. They are not like fast enough. So I'm using his. I have been using his for like the last 6 months, and he's getting a bit upset that I haven't bought my own. So I am going to buy at least 2 SD cards for this camera. And now let me know, would you count 2 SD cards as 2 things? Because I'm buying 2 SD cards, but it's more so a set of SD cards because they're gonna go into this camera at the same time. This camera has 2 SD card slots. Let me know, because I'm like, I fear this purchase, or I don't want to buy that because it's nothing exciting. It's nothing that will like make my life so much easier, because I already have SD cards that I'm using, even though they are my boyfriend's. And then I have like 2 months worth of things just because I need to replace these SD cards. But I think if we're playing it really fair, then it means 2 SD cards are 2 months worth of things. And before we move on to the things that I've learned, or the things that I've realized about myself and this like challenge, I also want to share a few things with you that I've bought for the household, just so you know how it approximately is. So we have bought 1 plant secondhand for €5. We have bought some mattress covers for my son's bed, 2 mattress covers for €8. They were also secondhand. And we have picked up something like a spoon to make tea. Like it has a cover, so you can put like tea in it and then cover it up and put it into a mug or something to make tea. We have picked that up along the street where it was in a box for free. So I think these were the 3 things that we have bought for our household this year so far. So just, yeah, to give you an idea how much that is approximately. And now I want to move on to the things that I have learned so far. Now, one interesting thing is, and that is also why I kind of feared this challenge and why I didn't want to commit to it for the past few years, because I've always been interested in like low buy, slowing down consumption, not spending that much money and things like that. And the thing that I feared was that I would suddenly get that urge to buy new things again, to change things, to have something different. And actually, as soon as I decided on my low buy, like a few days after, I got this exact urge to change things. I wanted to change my wardrobe. I wanted to get a new pair of pants, a new sweater, new things to like create different outfits out of. And because I had these rules, it was not possible. So what I did is I still went on, like, it's called Vinted. It's a like second-hand online marketplace in Germany here, and it's very practical to just buy second-hand clothes online. And so I went there and looked up all of these items I wanted to have, and actually I spent a few hours, and I'm absolutely not proud of that, because I want to think less about consumption, less about new things, but knowing that I cannot buy it for like at least another few weeks really made it easier. Because I did browse these apps, I did like save the pieces that I thought were the prettiest, had a good price, were made out of natural materials, and all the criteria that I usually have to buy things secondhand. And in another time I would have just bought one of them after a few days if I kept like thinking about it. But this time I was like, no, we're gonna wait for a few weeks. We're gonna see if that's really something I want to put into these like 12 things, because 12 things in 1 year is not that much, I think. So I did not buy any of these things. And most of the things that I thought about buying, I won't buy, because now I don't think I need them anymore. And that's like a recurring theme that I know so many people talk about and so many people experience. And it's fascinating because we think we need something so much. We think that would make our lives so much better. It would make the difference. We cannot be happy without that thing, if we're being a bit dramatic. But if we just wait a bit, we realize it's not worth it. So lately I keep forgetting mentioning important things. So what I wanted to say here is that I'm not trying to restrict myself like crazy, that I'm not trying to like put this artificial like barrier or thing on top of my life. I just use this tool of measuring and this number to help me actually. And I think it's helpful because if I wouldn't feel like it is helpful anymore, then I would just quit. Because I don't think it makes sense to like measure something or to pressure ourselves into doing something if it's not beneficial. But I feel like this number or just this method or this tool of low buy rules helps me being more mindful and actually more intentional with buying things. And so it doesn't feel like a crazy restriction, but it feels like a helpful tool. That's what I wanted to say. Now back to the video. And as I said before, I also feel like that urge to change things or to buy new things has slowed down a bit. Not maybe in the way that I have less like creativity when it comes to new ideas, but it doesn't feel as bad anymore knowing that I said to myself that I can't buy it right away. So now it's just like, oh, that would be a nice thing. And then I think like, yeah, but let's like wait for a month or 2 or 3 and see if it's important then. And in the beginning, when I had that the first time, it was like, oh, this is annoying. I want to buy something right now. I need to get this now because I have this idea and it sounds so good and I want to have that now. And now it's like, we'll see. And after all, it's just a physical thing that I don't need because I already have everything I need. Another thing I want to just quickly mention is the other side of the whole thing, which is my income. I've done a video where I shared all of my like sources of income as well as what I spend in a month, and talked about all of my finances and how I manage my limited amount of money I have, and I will link you the video up here. But that has been a few months now. It's still very relevant. I also want to mention that I do earn some money, like a little bit of money with affiliate marketing, like Organic Basics, which I mentioned before, that you can check out down below in the description. And I also wanted to start working with brands in a sense of like brand deals where I actually get paid. And I know this is like a difficult subject sometimes here on YouTube, especially for channels like mine that do not focus on consumption and buying many things, but it's still like these are important parts of my income and my job right now. So I hope you understand that. But I do want to say that in the beginning of the year, it was a bit harder when it comes to money because I did not earn as much money as I did before, but it did work out also because I have like savings exactly for that, because I know income from social media is gonna fluctuate. That's like just what it does. That's super normal. And I hope that it's going up from here again. And I wanted to know if you would be interested in another video where I share, like, for example, how much money I spent in a month with like fixed costs and groceries and everything, or just another like income report where I show you how much money I earn from YouTube and affiliate marketing and things like that. So please let me know if you would be interested in that, because I really think these play hand in hand. Now, as you could see, I did not spend a huge amount of money this year so far, but my hard drive for January was a pretty big expense, of course. It's not, you can't compare it to like 2020 because I bought this camera for 2,000 euros. And sometimes there are important things that do cost a lot of money, and sometimes we don't need to spend a lot of money. And that's actually another thing that I have realized. During the past few years, I always had something that I had to replace or really wanted to replace. For example, a smartphone. Once I had a smartphone that didn't work with the contract I had, then my smartphone broke. then I had to have another laptop because the laptop battery was so bad and I really needed it on the go. And then I needed a new camera, sometimes I need a new lens. And this year I realized is the first year in a really long time, like maybe in 7 years or something like that, where I don't need anything big. Like I actually have everything I need. Of course, there are these small things like SD cards, sometimes some things I want to have, maybe a new pair of jeans will also come up because mine is really getting worn down. But for the big things, like for the big expenses that are coming up, I'm actually super happy to be in this place where I don't think that I really need something this year. Now we'll see how it goes and I'll keep you updated. And thank you so much for watching. If you have any more questions, please leave them down below in the comments. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. That would really help my channel. Now, if you want to see more videos, I'll link you a video and a playlist here to watch right now if you want to. And I also hope to see you next time. Bye!